A new bypass is under construction in Dundee, but in order for that to happen, some homeowners are going to have to move out, and some aren't happy about it. While the state will buy their homes, how much they'll pay has become a contentious issue. In a Unit 8 investigation, Chris Willis looks at one man's fight to be treated fairly.
The road's horrible. You get used to it.
Yeah.
They say a man's home is his castle.
Well, we got good memories here over the last 10 years. Everybody loves this place.
That is, unless the state of Oregon needs it, because by law, they can and will take
Get
it.
all mixed up.
A fact that Mike and Jerry Boyce found out the hard way.
Oh, I've told them that a dozen times. We didn't come to you and ask you to buy our house. You said you need it.
The Boyces have lived in this home for more than a decade. The house has been in the family since 1946.
My cousins lived here and raised their children, and then we bought it from my aunt.
But now, the Oregon Department of Transportation needs the home to make way for the Dundee Bypass, which is now under construction.
It's going to reduce congestion, it's going to improve safety, and it's really going to make the livability of Newburgh and Dundee really improve that.
The bypass, though, will go right through Mike and Jerry's home. And after an appraisal, the state offered them $137,000 for their home. The problem is, Mike is a recently disabled, out-of-work iron worker, so getting a new mortgage would be nearly impossible. They owe about $90,000 on their home. If they took the state's offer of $137,000, they'd pay off their mortgage and be left with about $47,000. They've been told they might now have to become renters.
You're good to us, we're good to you. But you don't come in and beat us up and then expect us to be all happy about it.
We have worked very closely with Mr. Boyce, and we'll continue to do that.
See what we need to do to get it pulled together.
That process can get ugly. ODOT upped their offer to the Boyces to $219,000, but then said if they didn't accept it, they'd go back to $137,000, condemn his home, take him to court, and use eminent domain to take his home.
You know, they back you into a corner. What are you going to do? You either fight or you run. They're going to run.
Mike and Jerry are now defendants in court simply because they don't want to sell their home for less than it would take to get them into a similar home.
There is eminent domain, and essentially we can ultimately go in and condemn the property. Again, like I said, that's our last resort.
We got to have a place for the shop. I've been doing this stuff for years. Got to have a place for a shop.
And he says if he's going to be forced to move, he needs an equal place to live.
Takes a little while.
Under the Uniform Act, homeowners must be treated fairly and equitably and will receive assistance in moving from the property they occupy.
I don't know.
In the meantime, he's been given an ultimatum and an eviction date.
I put every shingle on that house.
But the state continues to try and resolve this as they have dozens of other right-of-way properties.
Oftentimes it's difficult, and sometimes it gets contentious, because that's just the way right-of-way is.
And it looks like the state's promise to resolve this issue may have paid off. After we started digging, we got word today that Mike and Jerry Boyce have accepted an offer from ODOT. Along with the $219,000, the state will assist financially with finding them a comparable home, and have also agreed to help buy down the interest rate to help them get new financing. Back to you. Chris, thank you. If you have a story for Unit 8 to investigate, we'd like to hear about it. Email us at unit8@kgw.com, or you can call us at 503-226-5041.